All right, Dead and Hip Hop album review. R.A. the Rugged Man, All My Heroes Are Dead. You already know, no politics, no BS. R.A. the Rugged Man, this guy's been around for, it seems like for forever. However, he only has 3 studio albums that were released, but he has 2 unreleased albums, one in 1994, Night of the Bloody Apes, and 1999, American Lowlife. That includes also 3 mixtapes, and he has an EP, and he also has a compilation album. But this is the second album that Dead and Hip Hop reviews. The first one was back in 2013, Legends Never Die. And I honestly had to go back to the review. I didn't even go back to the album. I went back to the review to see what I said, just to see if how I felt now is exactly how I felt then. And I'm not even going to front. Look, if y'all haven't watched that review, after you watch this one, go back and watch that one. And I feel exactly the same way. I feel like R.A. the Rugged Man, he's an old school rapper that does not sound old school. And I have to put certain artists that make me feel like I know who they are just through their music. I feel like R.A. gives you so many layers of who he is, but you know that if you were to meet him, there's still so much more that he hasn't uncovered. There's so much more that you can talk to him about. But it almost feels like he lays everything out on the line. Like, especially on this one, he talks about his daughter. He also talked about his dad, how he also talked about him in Legends Never Die. And this intro track, All My Heroes Are Dead. Oh my fucking God. Like he set the precedent for the rest of the album. Like, this is bars. Like, if you like bars, you're gonna like this album. And that intro track definitely set that tone. Legendary Loser was very interesting for me because sometimes when he raps, you don't hear New York, like his voice, but when he says loser, that's like epitome of New York. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was super dope. I thought it was dope. And I take back what I said. I can't remember when I said it, but I think it was on the live when I was saying I feel like Ghostface might be coming, like dropping off. Hell no.
You didn't say Myke. You said he's falling off.
Yeah,
I said I was projecting him falling off.
You said
you liar.
He was falling off.
Hey, y'all can go back.
That's why we looked at you sideways, man. We was like, wait, what?
Nah, he ain't falling off.
He's falling off. I'm like,
yeah, that was my bad. That was my bad all the way. I'm moonwalking that shit.
Yeah,
I'm moonwalking that.
The fact how he's using kill and like in all his rhymes and shit, that shit was fucking dope as hell.
Yo, this dude R.A. the Rugged Man. After we initially reviewed him fucking in 2013, I went back and I listened to that first album too. But I didn't know he had, I knew he worked with like M.O.P and a whole bunch of other people, but it's kind of like, why didn't R.A. pop? Like, why didn't R.A. become bigger? Because
were you not there for that interview we did with him?
No, I wasn't there.
I think it was just me, you, and Ken. I think we was inside of Criminal Records.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean he's explained it in multiple interviews, but and he talks about it on this album too, where he
fucked up a $1.8 million deal back in the 90s.
Because he was doing wild shit like harassing women, getting drunk, just saying whatever the fuck he wanted to say. And then like one of the things I asked him, and I can't remember how he answered it, but there were rumors that he had like jumped up on a record exec's table, and I can't remember if the rumor was he either pulled his dick out or he took a shit. It was one of the two. I can't remember which rumor it was. But there were just, ever since Rugged Man's been around, since the fucking 90s, he's had a million rumors floating around about why he lost his deal. But he basically just fucked it up.
Yeah. So basically the shit he rap about, he really fucking did.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, how many rappers has Biggie come out and been like, yo, this dude is better than me. He's one of the best rappers ever.
Not many. Yeah.
And that cosign couldn't even
overcome it. Yeah, and I also like the fact that like how he still works with artists of his era, the Ghostface Killahs, the M.O.Ps, you know what I'm saying? Like I thought that was really dope. M.O.P killed their shit on this too.
Yeah, it's amazing, like from his last album, which is about 7 years, to this album, how much has changed in his life, you know, from that last time he made the album. He had 2 kids. Some of the more emotionally songs that he had on here, which I understand, which was dope. But they gave me the production gave me like a Macklemore vibe on those like as far as the production, not him rapping, but like as far as the production, I'm just like, oh man, I get like a corny Macklemore vibe. But it's cool. He make a song about his firstborn. You know, that's cool. I think the last track when he was dedicating to his sister, I thought that was dope as hell. It was just I just didn't like the production. I was just like, damn, what he's doing and what he's saying is fucking phenomenal. But just the production. But
which one are you talking about?
The last joint, the one we dedicate to his sister.
Oh, what about Golden Oldies and Angelic Boy?
Yeah, they gave me funny songs, but they just gave me like the production gave me Macklemore vibes for some reason.
On Golden Oldies and Angelic Boy?
No, not Angelic Boy. I'm sorry, not Angelic Boy. Hold on, let me look at track list real quick. On Golden Oldies and Wondering, like back to back.
Golden Oldies gave you Macklemore vibes from the production?
Yeah,
the one with Slug?
Like, yeah, it sounds like something that I can hear. Like it sounds like something off a Macklemore album for me.
Yeah,
like, production. Yeah,
I could see that beat. I could see it. It's not corny.
Yeah, just from the music.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just the
just
the beats. I'm not talking about RA himself. Like RA was still RA. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't change shit up. Oh, and my favorite shit, man, of course, was the Posse joint. The Slayers Club, man, that shit was dope as fuck.
Chris Rivers, shit. Yeah. Who else was on that?
Motherfucking Ice-T.
Ice-T.
Yeah, Ice-T
Vinnie Paz, Chino XL. Like, man, that shit
crazy.
was dope as fuck. Malice, the joint with Chuck D was dope as fuck. Who Do We Trust is dope as fuck. I even like what's the shit? Yeah, Angelic Boy. That didn't sound like a Macklemore. Only Golden Oldies and Wondering did. But Angelic Boy was a dope ass track. He had some dope like storytelling, introspective joints on here too, man, which I like. I like EKNY with Inspectah Deck. And of course Dragonfire with Ghostface Killah. I mean, my only complaint really is just besides those two tracks that I said that sound like Macklemore-ish, it's just a little long. But I mean, it's been 7 years since this dude had put out an album, so he had a lot to say, and he's been through some shit. You know, a lot of life changes. You know, throughout these last 7 years, man. And I think that's dope that he put out in the music, and he's still. And even though like I said, he brought out more emotion that we've heard from him in previous albums, but I think it's still all right. Like I feel like he didn't, you know, sell us short on like giving us who he really is. He's still Ari the Rugged Man, still that spitter. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I like the fact that he had a lot of DJ elements in it throughout this album too.
He did. DJ Jazzy Jeff did his fucking thing, boy.
Yeah, I thought the DJ elements that was sprinkled out throughout this album, I think was cool, man. I think you don't get a lot of that in a lot of albums, man, where people throw a lot of good, real DJing elements in there, man. So I thought that was another part of the album that I really loved a lot. But yeah.
But hold on, don't move on. You said the last song gave you Macklemore vibes too, right?
Just from the production, yeah. But
right, so
I mean, I like what he was.
Hold on, is it 3 songs then, or just the 2?
3.
Yeah, right, that's why I was confused.
3.
You said okay. So is it 3 or 2?
3. And I'm
so Golden Oldies, Wondering, and the last song,
Afterlife. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you about Wondering and the last song.
Got you.
I agree with you 100%.
And like I said, I'm just speaking from the production standpoint.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I'm not talking about RA. I'm not talking about Slug or whatever. It's just that production just reminded me something I hear off Macklemore. That's all.
Were you guys surprised to hear that type of sound from him?
Now, I mean, going back, thinking like what he's been going through from these past 7 years. I mean, I guess having 2 kids and stuff and looking at life different, that shit can probably change him. I mean, so hearing that type of music is not surprising. Like I said, I still got RA though. It wasn't like he was like trying to sing or do some auto-tune shit or like, you know what I'm saying? He was still RA, you know what I mean? So that's the part I appreciate. Even though sonically I probably might not care about those songs, I do like the message and what he was saying in them. It was just sonically I just didn't care for him.
To me, Ken, it didn't surprise me because the content matched the tone of the song. Even though that, again, I feel exactly what B's saying. That's not necessarily the type of beats that I would personally like, but it matched what RA's message was, so I'm okay with it. Like I could live with it.
Yeah.
It surprised me. I didn't expect to hear the beat and even the content somewhat. I loved it, but the first go round when I listened to it, it felt like it was a sharp turn from where we started out, because I love like the intro track. I thought the intro track was dope. Hearing Combat Jack, obviously who not obviously, but unfortunately who passed, due to cancer. But I remember that, and so that was it just was a reminder of what we lost with him. But yeah, legendary loser, and even the golden oldies as well. But I love just like the way, especially in the first verse, how he was talking to this chick and it was kind of comparing and contrasting like the different things that they were interested in. And I thought that was funny. I thought that was a really cool approach to it. And so yeah, I love that. But then yeah, it went to Wondering, and I'm like, okay, so you go from golden oldies to Wondering, which is dark and sad, and then right after that, I think it went into the Ghostface track, right, which was cool. Yeah, Dragonfire, which was cool because it kind of brought you out of that. It kind of got you back to like the rap fest or the rapping that I like him for, and Kool G Rap, Master Killer, Ghostface, all them guys on there. And then it went back to, well, it was all system go, but then you get back to Angelic Boy. And I'm like, man, what in the world is going on? But then it kind of, I won't say balance itself out, but those two songs early on kind of threw me off. And it initially, but the more I played it, the more I understood it. I think it provided a nice balance to the album. I think the content was spot on, and then everything else kind of just smooth going from here on out until it got to the last track, which was cool because that was a dedication to someone as well, and the Slayers Club. And I thought the skits in here was also funny and catchy as well. So I think overall, after I finished listening to it about 2 or 3 times, I was like, okay, it's a nice balance on here. You've been gone for 7 years. I was okay with the length because of that. And then you gave people not a lot, but, a good variety in terms of content and songs on here. So I thought it was dope.
So I just want to say that I fucking hate B right now. Because while Ken was talking, I went back and just kind of listened to a little bit of Golden Oldies, and yeah, it does sound a little bit like a Macklemore song. When
the hook come on, I was like, oh my God, that was the first thing I pictured. Yeah.
But I immediately agreed with you about Wondering, because that song is cool, but it's just like, it sounds a bit too like fluffy a little bit, like the production.
Yeah.
And I agreed with you about the last song, even though I understand why he went that route for that song.
Exactly.
I never got that feeling from Golden Oldies.
Yes.
Until you just fucking said it. So you're a dick.
Hey man, come on, brother. I'm just trying to help you out, baby.
You ain't helping me. God damn it. But yeah, I like this album. I like this album a lot. I have the same issue with it that I have about Tech Nine projects. Is them shits just have too many songs, man. And the songs aren't bad. Like, it'll be good songs.
Right.
But 22, 23 tracks, it's tiring after a while. But when you listen to them as a whole, it's like you can't really say, oh, well, I would pull this one off and throw it away, or I'd pull this one off. No, they're all good tracks. This shit could have been 2 different albums. So you dipped out for 7 years. I feel like maybe halfway in that point, you could have dropped half of this project and then waited a few more years and dropped the other half and gave us 2 projects. But this shit is great, man. R.A. is once again proving why he's one of the best rappers in the game. I thought that intro, the way the beat kept switching and the way he kept switching his flow and killing every beat. When I first heard Legendary Loser, I wasn't sure how I felt about that song either, because that was a single. And I was just like, his rhyming is really dope, but I wasn't sure how I felt about the entire song. But in the context of the album, it really works.
I love when that happens.
Yeah, that does happen sometimes, Yeah. It's like, as a Lucy, it doesn't really work that well, but as a piece of a whole puzzle, it fits.
Yep.
Dragonfire, of course, was amazing. All Systems is one of my favorite songs on this shit. That was the one where, again, like the beat kept switching up, but it was like slightly, and he would just like flip his flow up to match the beat. Like, it was just insane how he's still doing that. I don't know exactly how old he is. I know he's older. And Angelic Boy, you know, I like that way better than, I want to say the Eminem version, but you know, Eminem did a song just like that where he's doing it from the perspective of a school shooter, and that song is great. I ain't taking shit away from M song. M song is great, but for some reason this one hit different. This one felt more powerful to me for some reason. So I kind of wonder if this song is gonna catch ears the way M song did, even though there's some kind of fake beef going on right now. But one more song I gotta talk about real quick. Gotta Be Dope with Jazzy Jeff. The funny thing is, when Afro came on, I thought it was Fresh Prince. His voice sounded like Fresh Prince.
Wow.
To me. Not rapping ability though.
I know.
What you mean?
Once he started, I was like, oh, that's not Will. Will can't do that. But because I kind of just glanced at the track listing, and I remember in my head seeing DJ Jazzy Jeff. When that song hit, I was like, oh shit, he got fucking Fresh Prince on this. All right. And I was like, oh no, Will can't do that. He can't do that. But Afro fucking snapped. Afro was dope as shit, and he fucking killed that song. But yeah, man, it was like song after song. It was just, now that lyrical, miracle, spiritual, factual, slatual, whatever, that's not for everybody. So I could definitely see people who are more fans of, you know, a DaBaby project being like, nah, I'm not fucking listening to this shit.
Right.
But this is definitely some old head rap.
It is.
You know, I don't remember which one of y'all said it, but y'all gonna stop saying these fucking New York rappers don't sound New York. You said that shit about NASA, and now y'all saying this shit about RA. These motherfuckers gonna see y'all.
Who said that was people. I'm about to say, I didn't say that.
Man, these motherfuckers gonna come see you, bro. This motherfucker sounds New York as hell.
You look like a motherfucker.
Oh, so you agree? B?
Huh?
I've never said.
No, I'm saying, do you agree?
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
To me, he doesn't always sound New York, but there's certain instances for me it's like, oh shit, he's hella New York.
Man.
But when he raps, to me sometimes it's almost like hidden, like I don't hear it all the way until like when he says the legendary loser, like the way he says it, like
maybe I'm just going by when we met him. Man, that dude is New York to the core, man. Like he is New York to the core.
No, he is. I'm just saying when I listen to the raps, like I don't always get that.
I immediately
get certain words.
I get New York. The second he starts rapping, I get New York.
New York, yeah.
Hey yo, Gotta Be Dope. So who did it better, Afro or RA?
People always want to compete.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yep.
I mean, Afro is basically his protege, his Padawan.
Yeah.
So I mean, when it comes to that fast raps, but actually having lyrics, I don't think there's that many rappers out right now that still are doing it well. Because I mean, I'll say it, when M does it, he's really just saying nothing.
Right. But if M would have did that exact same thing, if that was M on that track, people would have been losing their fucking shit.
Exactly, B. Like, thank you.
Fucking Afro fucking snapped on this shit. Yeah. He's really saying some shit on here. And like, I don't see fucking Twitter fucking blowing up talking about, did you hear what Afro said? Did you rap this?
They haven't listened to this shit.
And all that shit.
No, they have, but they're pretending that RA is going at M.
Right.
So there's this big.
Oh yeah, tell me about the fake beef because I didn't know anything about this.
There was some article that came out where the dude basically interpreted something that RA did or said on this album to be a direct shot at Eminem. I don't remember what it was, but I mean, if you want to say anything, I mean, you can say that like. All Systems was kind of his version of Rap God, but I don't think he dissed M in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. But if they listened to this with clear heads and no preconceived anything, yeah, I can't see how they would not be like, oh yeah, he's up there.
Right.
But the difference is, if this was M doing that fast rap, M would be saying goofy shit. Black hat on a map, slap the cat on the ass, with a bat, like just some goofy shit. But these dudes are actually like really saying some crazy shit, and the rap patterns are fucking bananas. This album to me was exciting for an old rap fan.
Yeah.
For an old RA fan, this album was just exciting to me. I like hearing these fucking crazy raps. This is a good album to throw on when you're in that mood. When you go to the gym, once Corona's over, you put something on that you just, this is it, man.
I was hoping we'd have had a verse from Locksmith though on Contradictionary. He only did the hook though, but I was hoping we had a Locksmith verse. Locksmith dope.
And I was actually hoping that Chuck D actually had a verse.
Yeah.
I don't know what that little raggedy thing was that he did.
Little bars he threw out, and I'm like, that's it? How you gonna have a voice like Chuck D on the song and you just only use him for that? Like,
man, I felt cheated, bro. How you put his name on a feature and he just come over here and said like
3.5 bars?
And I don't think that was RA's choice. I think Chuck D just did that shit.
Really?
That might be.
It seemed like some shit Chuck D nowadays would do.
See, he must have hit him on a bad day. Right after that fucking Flavor Flav bullshit went down, he's like, man, I don't feel like doing this shit.
Alright, so some of my favorite tracks are All My Heroes Are Dead, give me Dragonfire, All Systems Go, The Slayers Club, and give me Gotta Be Dope.
Okay, give me man. Okay, give me All My Heroes Are Dead, Dragonfire, Gotta Be Dope, Slayers Club, EKNY, Who Do We Trust?
That was dope. Mortal Take Me killed it.
All right, so I'll go with the Slayers Club, Dragonfire, Gotta Be Dope, All Systems Go, and All My Heroes Are Dead.
I'm gonna go All My Heroes Are Dead, All Systems Go, Gotta Be Dope, Slayers Club. I guess I'm gonna say Dragonfire. Yeah, I'll go Dragonfire.
All right, RA the Rugged Man, if you're watching, man, we reviewed it in 2013, so 7 years ago, and I still feel the same way about you as an artist. Again, only my second or my third project. I listened to all of your albums. My third project, listening to you, man, but amazing artist, man. I think it's kind of fucked up that you never hit the heights that you were meant to reach, that your talent was meant to reach. But I'm glad that you're still producing music at a high level. And definitely your album, your music is for people that like bars. You know what I'm saying? People that value lyricism. You are for those. So for me, anybody that I know that likes bars like that, I'm gonna be like, hey, yo, go check this out. You're gonna like it.
Yes. All right, if you're watching, man, great job. Thank you for putting together. I don't know, like I said, it's been 7 years. A lot's been going on. I think I'm glad you was able to convey that through your music and still give us your, you didn't go super left with your style or anything. Like, you still kept it RA. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I really appreciate about you throughout the years of you making albums. Just, you keep it real. You keep it true to yourself, and you showed on this album, man. And congratulations on your 2 bundles of joys and everything. And wish you more success. Hopefully you getting this album out the way after 7 years, it can kind of get you motivated to kind of start releasing projects on a consistent basis, man. Because we love that shit, man. So keep it up.
RA, if you're watching, I think what B just said is actually interesting, considering, everything that, all the changes in your life, and understandably how that could lead to a 7-year delay, if that's what you want to call it, in releasing an album. It would be interesting to see if the frequency would improve, but if not, that's all fine and dandy as well, because as with this album, I know that the quality will be there when you drop, and there won't be a drop off, in terms of what you're doing and what you're producing and how you're rapping. This album was definitely a very, very enjoyable listen for me. I love the solo tracks, and I love, the collaborations that you did as well. And I love that you stayed true to who you are, but you added just enough on here to to keep things interesting. So much success to everything that's to come, and congratulations on the kids and everything else that has taken place so far. So good shit.
RA, another great project. Once again, you've proved that you are a rapping machine. You've proven that you can out-rap a lot of dudes in the game right now. The amount of different flows that you used throughout this album was staggering. Even though there's a couple songs that I didn't personally love, I don't think there were anything on here that I would consider bad. Everything here is solid. There are just some songs that are extra, extra, extra solid. But this is a great project, man. I really enjoyed it. I do hope you don't take 7 years between this and the next one. But I understand if you do, if you got kid things and all that good stuff. But yeah, man, I just like hearing you rap. And I also want to say I appreciate you bringing up people like Afro into being the next step. Yeah, man, this is a great project, man. I'm really looking forward to what you do next.